Hey, Ocean Commotion kids! Welcome back. It's Wednesday. Now, if you remember yesterday's Bible story, it was the story of Jesus meeting the Samaritan woman at the well. And what yesterday's big idea is that you are worthy. You are good enough. Jesus loves you as you are. But you know what? A lot of times people try to say things that make you feel unworthy and to take your worth away. And today I wanted to do a little lesson just on how words can either inflate your bag and make you feel better about yourself, or can take all of the air out of your bag and make you feel unworthy or not good enough. Okay? And we're kind of pretending, since we're in the ocean, that we're scuba divers, because scuba divers, when they're out in the ocean, they have something called a buoyancy control device that helps them if they want to go up higher in the water and float, or if they want to go down lower, they let air in and out. And you could almost call this a bladder. So we're going to use this and pretend this is our buoyancy control device. But mostly it's going to teach us about using words that help build other people up, and then about words that sometimes take all of the air out of things. So if you could get your bag out and you just open it up like this. We're not doing anything too special with it. Now I want you to think of something really kind that you can say that would make your bag fill up with air. I'm going to say, you know what? You're really good at science. I filled up my bag. Okay? Now, you can also use words that make other people feel unworthy, and that will deflate their bag. Can you think of something that you might say or someone has said to you that could make you feel unworthy and make all the air go out of your bag? How about, I don't like you? Our bags deflate. Well, you could also tell somebody, you're really special. I really like you. That blows up your bag a lot. Or at school, maybe somebody says, I don't want to play with you today. Go away. That makes you feel unworthy and it makes your bag empty. Elka, you are a great friend. Elka, I don't want to play with you today. Elka, I think Jesus loves you. So I want you always to think about, like a scuba diver, you need to fill up your bag, and you need to fill up other people's bags full of worthy words, words that make people feel that they're good enough and that make them see themselves the way that Jesus sees us. Okay, guys, so we were talking about buoyancy before, and so we're going to think about a shark. Today, we're going to be studying how a shark can stay buoyant or float in the ocean. Because really, if I drop this shark right now, what's he going to do? He's going to fall. Why did that happen? Well, that happened because we have gravity on Earth. Gravity is pulling the shark down to the ground. Just like if you're standing up, gravity is holding you down to the earth, okay? But when you see a shark in the ocean, you don't see them on the floor, right? No, sharks are swimming in the water. So we're going to learn about what a shark has, the adaptations that it has that make it able to stay floating in the water and not fall all the way to the bottom of the ocean floor. Okay, do you know that all the fish in the ocean have gravitational forces pulling on them? But not all the fish are on the bottom of the ocean. So what's going on? Well, like we used in the paper bag example, fish have an air-filled bladder that helps them stay afloat. So I have a pet betta fish at home named Batman. And sometimes when I walk out, Batman is way down on the bottom of his tank. Sometimes I come out in the morning and Batman is swimming around in the middle. And sometimes Batman likes to hang out on top. And he's just sitting there. He's not swimming. So I wonder, how does Batman do that? Well, Batman can do that because he has a air-filled bladder that he can fill up to help him float wherever he wants to in the water. Sharks have a similar thing, but theirs is not air-filled. Okay, so that's what we're going to experience today. We're going to do a little work, a little experiment to learn how sharks manage to stay floating. Okay, so for this, you're going to need a big bowl of water, or you can use a bin. If you want, you can use your bathtub. I don't care. It's up to you. Whatever you got. You're going to need 3 pennies, some tape, which comes in your kit, a picture of a shark. Miss Amber drew this shark for me. You guys will also have a shark in your kit that you can use. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to tape my shark. Well, you're going to have this little roll too, kind of like a toilet paper tube roll. And you're going to have to tape your shark down onto the roll. So we're just going to tape all over him so he stays on. You can color your shark if you want. If you want to do that, that's fine. Okay, and I am covering him with tape because he's going to go in the water, so we're going to put tape on over the whole thing so he stays okay. He'll stay drier, hopefully. Okay, so we taped our shark on. My shark's a little too big, but you get the idea. Okay, now I'm going to do something. I want to see, is my shark going to sink to the bottom of the water? And I think I'm going to put even a little bit more water in here because it's not very full. Do you think our shark will sink, or do you think he'll float? I think if I just put this in there, it's just going to sit on top. That's not what we want. So I have these 3 pennies here. So what I'm going to do is I need to add some weight to my shark. So I'm going to tape the pennies onto our shark. So you're going to tape one, and you're going to try to make them space them out evenly. Okay? So you're going to tape them to the bottom of the tube. I'm going to add a little more tape across. Okay. So most of your tube is going to be covered in tape now. And luckily this tube's pretty strong, so even if it gets wet, it's still going to be okay. So what do you think is going to happen to my shark? When I dropped it without any pennies, it just sat on top. What do you think will happen now if I've taped 3 pennies, because now it's heavier and the gravity is going to pull? So let me try again. Oh, my shark sank all the way to the bottom. But remember when we talked about this shark, we said, okay, gravity pulls him all the way down. So what does he need in order to keep him afloat? Well, the special thing about sharks, we talked about fish have air-filled bladders. Sharks actually have a different way of keeping themselves buoyant. They have livers, which you have a liver in your body, and a shark's liver is filled with oil. And if you know anything about density, oil and water have a different density. oil and water don't mix. So what's going to happen is we're going to take our shark with our pennies out of the water. And in your kit, you received a balloon. And actually, you may have thought that this balloon had water in it, but it doesn't. This balloon has oil in it, cooking oil, just like you might have at home in the kitchen. And so we filled this balloon with oil to simulate or make it seem like what a shark would have in its liver. So I'm holding a shark liver right now. Just looks like a balloon. And we have our shark. So what do you think I'm going to do with my balloon and my shark? Because my shark kept sinking to the bottom of the bowl, and I need it to float. So what I'm going to do, and it might be kind of tricky, you might need some help, is I'm going to take this oil-filled balloon and carefully squish it. You can pull from this side if you want, and squish it into the tube. So now we have a shark with an oil-filled bladder. Basically, a shark's liver is its bladder. It holds all that oil. And because water and oil have a different density, I think the shark's gonna float. What do you guys think? Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. Here we go. And it floats. That's pretty impressive. My shark is floating in the water. He didn't sink this time. He's just floating right here. So this shark has his oil-filled bladder that helps him stay buoyant. Okay, but there's two other things that a shark has, adaptations, that's the big word from science that we use, and it's things that are unique about a shark that help them survive in the environment that they're in. So another thing you notice about a shark is the shape of its fins. Do you see all of these fins? Now, a shark, if it stops swimming, isn't going to remain buoyant. So a shark will swim and constantly move this back fin. So it has special fins that keep it moving. Like this. Even when they're asleep, they're still moving. So he has the oil-filled liver, that special shaped fins that move all the time. And sharks are pretty fast swimmers too. But if you watch them in the wild, they just go back and forth like this. Okay. The other interesting thing about a shark is that a shark has absolutely no bones in him. There are no bones in a shark. They only have cartilage, which everybody, if you want to know what cartilage is, go like this. The tip of your nose is cartilage. Go like this. Pull your ear right here. It feels kind of hard, but it's not a bone. That's cartilage. Sharks are completely made up of cartilage. Okay? This makes them not as heavy as if they had bones. So a shark has, number one, an oil-filled bladder that helps him stay buoyant, has a special shaped fin that moves constantly and keeps him making forward motion all the time, and they have no bones in them. So cartilage makes a shark more buoyant because it's not as heavy as if he were filled with bones. Okay? So God created sharks perfectly for the environment that they live in. God knew that a shark was going to live in the ocean and need these special things to make it a shark and to make it be able to survive in its own environment. Okay? It's pretty amazing. Just like God made you special. He made you special just the way you are because he wanted that special you here on earth. Don't try to be anybody else. God made you special and he loves you the way you are. Just like he loves the sharks, even though we might be a little bit afraid of them. They're pretty magnificent creatures.